Hello, how y'all doing? This is Red Face Joker, and today we're going to actually talk about the corporations and how corporations are making big money off of middle class and poor class people. Now, how are they doing this? Well, if you study a fox, you will know that a fox can be very cunning and deceptive and its strategies. It do things that it doesn't awaken its prey. So when it attacks in a very calculated way that many of us will be stunned or shocked in awe by its presence once it attacks its prey. So we're going to talk about a verse. And I just really don't like to talk about religion per se, due to the fact of the American social elite people who have told us there's two things that you don't talk about. Now, these two things are the most important aspects of human life: politics and religion. I'm so glad that I'm not religious but spiritual. Now, let's look into a religious biblical statement known as the Bible. I'm going to read off something to you in 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 10. And it says by the NIV Bible, the New International Version, it says, sorrowful, yet always rejoicing, poor, yet making many rich, having nothing, and yet possessing everything. I want y'all to understand, overstand, understand, use wisdom, use knowledge to understand what I'm about to give you tonight on your square. And I want you to shoot a compass in this 360 square base and understand that it's talking about you and all aspects of your life. So I'm going to read it one more time so you can understand and take notes of this. It is 2 Corinthians 6 chapter verses 10. And it states, sorrowful. Think of that word, sorrowful. Yet always rejoicing. And I want y'all to consume these words. You're in a sorrowful state of mental, social, economical, basic situations. Yet always rejoicing. You seem to, but thank the Lord that I'm still alive. But you're pitiful. And you look for entities to help you in your crisis. We all have crises. Trust me, we all have them. Yet always rejoicing. Yes, a lot of people do that, right? You're sorrowful, but yet you're rejoicing. Poor, yet making many rich. How can a poor person make many rich? Well, we know that the rich gap is increasing. This is 2016. A lot of people would like to put this on the shoulders and heads of our president today, President Obama. However, President Obama is just a pawn in a chess game, but he's been anointed. He's been anointed to be a representation of this so-called nation that we call the America or United States of America. So we cannot actually pinpoint and make all the blames on a president, any president. We must look beyond these presidents and look at the true people who actually rule any country. So we have to ask ourselves how us as poor people, I don't believe in middle class. There's no such thing to me as a middle class person. But if for all psychological issues that you do have in being under the influence of some people who you believe to be of importance, they can tell you anything. And y'all already know this because it was an experiment done in Stanford University as a mock prison. That wasn't just to show how corrections officers can be just as vicious as their so-called inmates. It was about obedience. Lesson well learned. So the poor is yet making many rich. And this is what this topic is going to be upon. You're going to be pretty amazed how poor people, we still don't have much, probably don't have nothing, and how they are utilized to make many richer, or the one percenters to whatever 5%, 10% of the people of the world more richer. And poor or middle class, whatever you want to call yourself, because of, I guess you don't like the word poor. It seems like a negative connotation, right? Well, having nothing and yet possessing everything. Now, poor, you could consider these people of having nothing. A middle class, on the other hand, yet possessing everything. A poor person might not have the capabilities, abilities as far as economical situation standpoint of getting their child a computer or etc. So what happens when interest rates and things like that increase? And I want y'all to know, anytime an interest rate increase in this country, I just speak for this country only. I experienced something in the 70s where we were collecting governmental food by the USDA. And I mean, this cheese was the damn best cheese I ever had in my life. It must have had some crack or something in it. It was very addictive. It was so addictive that people was buying the cheese off for you for like $4.25. Now I want you to think about that. In the 70s, $25 went quite far. The train station, you could say, cost like 50 cents, somewhere around there, right? And candy cost a penny. You sometimes some places you could buy two for 1 cent. You had a big fat brown paper bag candy. But that government cheese, everybody knows in the 70s about that government cheese. It was the best damn cheese in the world, wasn't it? Tastes so damn good, didn't it? So now we look at the Second Corinthians chapter 6 verses 10 and how smart and intellectual whoever wrote this down. Wow. Sorrowful yet always rejoicing. Poor yet making many rich. Having nothing and yet possessing everything. So let's go into my whole scenario why I actually did this video. Now that we read that part. Poor yet making many rich. That is the key. Sorrowful and rejoicing, having nothing yet possessing everything. Let's go. We'll talk about a family that became an institution. The family is in control of one of the biggest cash cows out, and this family business, that has control, I mean, is very calculated, and how poor people is making this institution more richer. How? I tell somebody this: if everybody in, let's say, a popular city, a very popular city, like let's we go for New York City, it's very populated. There's millions of people in New York City. How many people you actually believe is on a program of EBT? Now, for those that don't know what EBT stands for, I'm just going to let you know what EBT is. EBT is electronic benefit transfer debit card. Okay? It's a electronic benefit transfer debit card that is given to people who are on different types of social economical programs. So to get this EBT that helps them where they need it. And some of them is like WIC, WIC WIC, right? Women's, infants, and children. Some of it is in TANF, TANF, right? So you're like, well, what is that? THF, So these different programs like Medicaid and etc., these things use this EBT code. Okay. So by the year of October 2020, all states of the United States must implement this EBT card. Now the cash cow, the people who become rich in this, these families who own these private corporations, is incredible and quite calculated and quite intelligently smart as all given hell. They're smarter than damn hell. They blossom like in heaven. They are very calculated, intellectual beings. I am amazed by their strategies. Now, people say, well, you can't give rich off of the poor because poor people don't have money. No, poor people don't have big money, but poor people do have money. Or should we reroute that currency, aka, right? So poor people does have currency. In fact, poor people spend all the damn time. No doubt about it. A chip, potato chip here, a can of soda there, some water over there. Now you gotta think we middle class too. So, middle class gotta show their ass, right? So, we gotta have our coffee at Starbucks and etc., etc. You know. So I look at mostly people who are in the labor force, who doesn't have inherited wealth. I consider them in the higher middle class. They are a little bit more comfortable than the poor people. It's like in New York, they have two types of Park Avenue: the luxury side and the poor side. If you're starting from the top Park Avenue where it begins in the lower of Manhattan, you go all the way up. That thing goes to the Bronx, right? And in the Bronx, there's nothing really there, except for Sin City. It's on Park Avenue. And Sin City's making lots of damn money because it's on Park Avenue. So Sin City is the rich corporation in the Bronx that's on Park Avenue. Maybe the hospital somewhere. I think shows up somewhere on Park Avenue. It might cut off though. But getting back to a family owned business. And the family owned business is called J.P. Morgan Dash Chase. J.P. Morgan is the highest shareholders or contractors of the electronic benefit transfer cards. Well, you look at it and say, well, these people who collect this, mind you, all of them is not poor. They do work. They do work. Where where you're stigmatizing and looking at a false projection and illusion of people who probably collect things like SNAP. It's another thing. Food stamps, or Section A and things like that. These are all part of this social economical programs that they create. But for the EBT, which is the electronic transfer transfer cards, you know, JP Morgan is freaking in the dough. Okay, and in fact, I put you like this: they have contracts, right? So JP Morgan out of 21 states, and the rest is given to a corporation like Xerox and E-Funds. So Xerox have 15 states, and E-Funds have 10 states. And you add that up, that's 25, and JP Morgan has 21. You add that up, that's 46 states, right? How many more states are left? And which ones are left? Yeah, right? So, you look at the TAF, which is a temporary assisted needy family program, right? So that has like over 109 million people on that whole program within the EBT, right? So you look at that, and there, compared to the working class, that's like 105 million people. But that statistic was given in 2013. And actually, the elections with tennis and them talk about these variables, these numbers, these statistics, right? And they have this global thing about ending poverty. How would you end poverty if poverty is a cash cow for the rich? I'm going to tell you again that, like it said in Second Corinthians, right? In Second Corinthians, it stated that it stated that the the poor is making the rich richer. Right? Correct? That's what it stated. The poor is making the rich richer. Now, let's analyze this. Today, and I'm good because this is 2016, right? This is the year 2016. 2015, right? 1 year, this year. Guess how many people was on EBT? 45.7 million people had an EBT card. That's a lot of money. And I'm going to tell you why that's a lot of money. Because when you use these cards, their fees, and who pays for them, this is an interesting conversation. Now, we all come from states, right? Now, states itself has us as property. We are the commodity, the highest commodity of each state. People, people, just in general. You don't do not. You need to use the free internet as much as possible and look at the matter that I'm talking about before you think it not. Okay? Don't be dumb. Use the internet to understand, overstand, and understand what red face Joker is saying to you. New York itself, per month, with over 1.7 million SNAP people. That's food stamps, so supplemental nutrition program, right? Okay. JP charges each month 95 cents. So you're looking at yourself and you go, well, 95 cents, that's not a lot of money, right? Because, you have 1.7 million people, right? Yeah, you're looking at 97 cents. So that's like 1,700,000 people have food stamps. Then you do a straight calculation times 0.95 cents, right? You're not saying it's a dollar, right? No, it's 95 cents, right? For y'all mathematics people. But what happens when the variable is over 5 in the financial center? The 5 hits the 9 becomes 1. So that's $1 per person they make per month, right? So when you tally it up, right? When you tally it up, it comes out to be 1,615,000 per month. But then you got to get smart with it, and you got to times that joint by the 12 months of the year. So this alone is just a fee just for the card. You got the card, that's 95 cents per person. So at the end of the year, it's a whopping $19 million just on. I got an EBT card, right? Now, it gets crazier, and this is where you got to figure out the money that JP Morgan's making. This is one state. That's it, one state. Who knows what the other states charge? Now, they also have these little charge things, cash balance, right? Cash balance is like 40 cents. So let's say you got 45 points million people. Let's keep it at 45 million people, right? So how many zeros that is? There's 6 in that. Okay, and you times that by 0.40, right? That alone, oof, there's so many zeros in here. 6 zeros, that is 18 million. Do you get what I'm talking about? How the poor make the rich make more richer, huh? Doesn't have anything, but yet possesses everything. That sounds like, what was that movie? This is Spartan 300. When Elias says to them, give them everything, but give them nothing. That's what's happening. There is a demoralizing psychological red-faced joker placed upon you. It's incredible. These people are super intelligent, super duper intelligent. You know, people know, people might even know the red-faced joker. And I tell people this: something is wrong with our psyche. They said, well, why is this? I said, because if you can look at how the rich get rich off of us, and it's a group of them, this is really a group of them. What happens if we can do the same logical thing that we do for them so willingly and do for us? Would it make a big difference? If we start to have investor groups that end up, please do not be segmenting with it. I mean, there are people who, yeah, you just gotta leave them to the wolves. They must be devoured. But the ones who don't want that should be taken in by the good shepherds, the wolves in sheep clothing. And you must learn how to be a wolf like all others. These people are taught runs in packs of wolves, and one day they all have wolf talks, and they devour lives of millions and billions of people every year by their calculating, smart, intellectual, you name it, out of this world space type of psychology, Woollywood, bang bang, all of that stuff over our heads. And I'm just amazed too, because damn, they're so good. Even the very elected on the planet that is given insight is bamboozled by these intellectual folks. Trust me, they are very good. This is just JP Morgan and, and Zacks and E-funds. Which one got 15, the other one's got 10, and JP Morgan is the gobber. In fact, JP Morgan brought out Citigroup financial service that used to deal with electronic benefit transfers. You see what I'm saying? So what is happening in this world, if we look at it, Barriers brought out Monsanto's, which we all know it has to do with the agriculture, right? So some people don't even know about barriers. But what's amazing about this German company is that it's actually German, no offense, but there are leadership amongst the Germanic tribe, that they are quite clever. I won't say all Germans are clever, no indeed, not at all. But their top leadership is very clever and cunning, just like here in America. You know, when somebody told me this, and they said, oh, President Obama, I said, listen, he will win in 2008 because he's the president that will open up the reserves of every country because of the complexion of his skin. This is Red Face Joker signing out.